Bumming with Bob. Let's have a few brews. We'll have some fun with the bum wine crew. So kick your feet up and grab you a beer. 'Cause damn, man, I'm glad that you're here.
All right. This is Bumwine Bob. Welcome you to an all-new edition of Bum with Bobcat. And joining the show this week, she's a multi-nominated adult performer, model, feature entertainer, and many, many other things. She is the one and only, the amazing and beautiful and talented Alison Rey is here joining us this week. Alison, how are you tonight?
I'm doing well. What an intro. I don't know if anybody's ever given me an intro that like that. I'm
you
like,
know,
who's that? I'm not that cool. She sounds cool.
You're like, who's that? Wait, is somebody else on the show? I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Am I being punked right now? Where's Ashton Kutcher at? Is he hiding in the corner somewhere about to jump out at me? but hey, well, Alison, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How about yourself? I'm loving this cold weather we're having. It is really, really nice. I love the winter.
Okay. Now where are you based out of, if you don't mind me?
I'm actually I'm in California, which is why I like it cold.
I was gonna say, man, how cold is it there right now?
Oh, it's like 60 degrees. I know it's not cold
yeah.
for you.
yeah.
But I love when it starts cooling down.
Yeah, yes. Compared to regular California weather, that's cool. Now I'm on the East Coast. I'm in New Jersey. I'm looking at the temperature on my computer right now. It says it's 30 degrees outside. So we're a little bit chillier than you are over there. But we are in December, so it's got to cool down. You want to be festive in the holiday spirit, so it helps.
It definitely does. And Christmas is my favorite season / holiday, but it's mostly a season. So when it starts cooling down, I'm like, ooh, it's Christmas time.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw you posting on your Twitter last week after Thanksgiving was done. You're like, all right, enough with this. We can go balls to the wall with Christmas now and get everything decorated and get the party started on that front.
Yes, indeed. And we have the only thing we're missing is our tree. We still got to go get our tree.
Okay. Well, you got time. You got time for that. As long as you get everything else around it is set up, then you're good to go.
Exactly.
Yeah. And since it was December, it is December, and I was trying to get in the festive holiday spirit before we started recording. I was mixing myself a drink, and for some reason this has become a somewhat holiday favorite of mine. I don't know why. I think it's because it's green and it's red. And I was mixing up some Fireball and ginger ale. and while half of it went all over my kitchen counter, the rest of it that I did mix after made it into the cup. And I might have went a little too heavy on the Fireball because I got that nice burning sensation right now. Ooh. But that means it's working. That means it's good. That means it's good.
Yeah, it's doing its job.
Now, how about you? What are you drinking tonight?
I have also a holiday favorite, though I will probably not knock back as many as you because I think it would hurt my tummy. I love Southern Comfort Eggnog with Southern Comfort whiskey with a little bit of nutmeg sprinkled in.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've seen that Southern Comfort Eggnog before. I've never had it though.
Oh, it's so worth it.
It's worth it.
Way better. Yeah, no, it's so much better. I feel like it's probably the most expensive eggnog you can find. Well, except maybe now these like non-dairy ones. It is delicious. It was literally made for Southern Comfort whiskey, and that's like the holiday whiskey. You have got to get it. I like the vanilla one more than it's like vanilla spice rather than the original, but they're both great. Highly recommend. But you cannot forget the nutmeg. It is essential.
The nutmeg. Okay, I'm making a note now. I got the Southern Comfort Eggnog, then the Southern Comfort, the whiskey, and the nutmeg, and then we'll be good to go.
All right. Yeah, you'll have to let me know what you think.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, it's perfect. I was trying to find a festive holiday drink, and I don't know if you ever had this a few years ago. I don't think they make it anymore. There was I don't know. Are you a Jagermeister fan at all?
Not really. I've had a Jaeger bomb here or there, like back in college, but not like a big fan.
Okay, now a few years ago they had a Jaeger. It was a vanilla spice Jaeger, and it was special for the holidays. And my friend of mine picked it up, and we tried it, and it was like holy shit, this is really good. It was Jaeger, but with a nice hint of vanilla and spice with it. So it gave you the Jaeger flavor, but with a little more seasonal extra to it. And that was actually pretty good. I don't think they make it anymore because I was actually looking a few weeks ago. I was like, I haven't had this in a couple years. I need to see if I can find it, but it's nowhere out there. They have like a new coffee Jaeger that's out there now. But but that vanilla spice one was a good one and a nice holiday treat. But I'll definitely get the Southern Comfort eggnog on my list to try out. Hopefully before Christmas is up, knock on wood, I can come across that. Because for whatever reason, the past couple years, I've been flocking towards this ginger ale and Fireball, and it's a quick, easy drink to make that gives you that cinnamon buzz, and it's like, you know what? It's a little festive, not too festive. And then I also had on hand with me as well. I have a little mini beer tender, which is like it holds like the little mini like Heineken beer kegs. So I have that too. Yeah. So I have my Heineken here with me as well. So we're double fisting here tonight with some festive holiday treats.
I'm like, I don't know what we were planning on talking about during this podcast, but I'm like, all of my favorite cocktails are winter themed again, because Christmas is my favorite season. And I'm like, oh, I have so many I could tell you, but they are more themed because they're peppermint. My mom makes a great peppermint martini. It's like she calls it a candy cane martini. It's adorable.
But hey, I mean, it's the perfect time for it. I mean, what's your go-to drinks on it doesn't have to be a holiday. I mean, if it happens to be a drink that is holiday themed, but you'd like to drink it year round, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, what's your usual go-to? When it comes to
not
drinks?
The holiday drinks. It's just, I'm like, it's December 1st. It is Christmas time. We are only in Christmas now. It's the only thing that exists.
You only have a small window to enjoy it, and that's why every year
over it?
Obsess. Because you have to think. I mean, people always complain every year that Christmas creeps up earlier and earlier. It's August, and the stores start to get Christmas stuff in there, and it creeps up and up, but you don't really think like the prime time Christmas. You only have about a month from, depending on when Thanksgiving falls, until Christmas to really enjoy it. So you really have to grab a hold of it when you can, and really embrace it and really go all out with it.
It is a magical time of year. It's like some of my happiest childhood memories are from Christmas time. But my go-to drink is typically, I don't know if there is an actual name for it. It's another drink that my mom used to make a bunch. We use Crown Apple, cranberry juice, and Sprite. It's like she called it a Washington apple, but it's definitely not what a Washington apple is. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head what a Washington apple is.
Yeah, it tastes like apple. So then it's it's good.
Yeah. It's very tasty.
Okay, if you like that, you need to try out there's Crown Royal. They have canned drinks, and one of them is an apple.
Yes, I have tried it actually. I haven't tried the apple one. I've tried the peach one. I really liked the peach one.
You like the peach? I did not like the peach. I was a little off put by it was like a really strong peach flavor to it.
Do you like peach flavor?
I do, but I was thinking more of like a peach iced tea flavor. Maybe in my head, that's what I was thinking of.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but it was like compared to like they have a variety. There's the Crown and Cola, which is just a regular Crown and like Coke. Then you have the apple one, the peach one, and there's also a lemonade that came out. I haven't
seen that one yet.
That was a limited time one. I tried it a few weeks back. I did a podcast with a couple of my buddies that do a show, The Grocery Gamblers, and we did a taste test of the Crown Royal cans. And then this past summer, they just came out with the lemonade one, which is a limited time lemonade whiskey. we were going through, we were trying out all these different flavors, and then we came to the peach one, and I guess it wasn't as carbonated as you would have thought, because the other ones are, and it was the first sip was a little like, holy shit, what is this? Not that it was too bad, it was just not what I was expecting. But
Right.
I guess if you're really a fan of peach and you like your crown with your peach, then it's perfect for you.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. It definitely wasn't like my favorite, but what you're saying makes sense. I'd agree with that.
Yeah. And so if you come across the other ones in your travels, definitely if you're a fan of that crown concoction that your mom makes, then definitely try the canned ones, because it might not be exactly like it, but in a pinch, if you needed something to hold you over, it could get the job done for you.
All right. I'll keep that in mind. If I'm in a pinch, I usually will go for like a White Claw, I'm very basic.
These days, that's usually the go-to for most people. Oh, what do you have? Oh, White Claw. It's like, really? Okay, all right.
Not a fan.
I'm not a fan of the White Claws. I mean, I'm used to drinking the bottom shelf, the cheap stuff. So I'll mix up. I'm more happy to mix up a seltzer and some sort of vodka, something like that, and make my own seltzer drink if I'm looking to go down that road, or if I'm trying to watch my calories for the evening.
Yes.
I mean, not that this ginger ale and Fireball is really helping me on that road tonight, but but hey, sometimes you do. Sometimes you feel a little self-conscious. You need to say, hey, get that 100-calorie White Claw, and that'll get the job done.
Yeah, that's probably one of the biggest reasons I drink them at all, is for exactly that reason. My body is my work. Gotta keep it in shape.
Yeah, and it's easy. It's easy. It's convenient. You drink it. You're happy to have a good time with it.
Yeah, so, I feel like some of my favorite, I've never blacked out with them. I don't know if you could do that. They're too hard to drink. They're very, very bubbly.
Right.
Some of my favorite day drinking days were packs of White Claws. Or Truly. I also like Truly.
Okay. So anything on that hard seltzer avenue, that's your go-to in a pinch.
Yes.
If you're not mixing up some festive Christmas drinks.
Yeah, every month except December. Well, and halfway into January, probably.
January, middle of November. Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, you have to expand that window each.
No, I am someone who I firmly believe that November is Thanksgiving and fall time. I am one of those people that is not happy when people start playing Christmas music before Thanksgiving. That's definitely me. And no, I will be drinking pumpkin and cinnamon things until after Thanksgiving. Then it can switch to Christmas.
Some pumpkin spice lattes.
I'm actually not the biggest fan of those. There's something really thick about them that I don't like.
Okay, I can see that. I'm not a big pumpkin fan when it comes to things like that. I'll have a pumpkin beer every now and then. I'm very particular with which ones that are good, because some of them are way over the top with the pumpkin. It has to have that hint of that pumpkin, and the spice is pretty good. And I'm a big Sam Adams Oktoberfest fan. Something like that is a good fall beer to drink. Not too much pumpkin.
Right. I'm not the biggest fan of beers, but the ciders that I've tried, I feel like there was a pumpkin cider some years back. But I like those. But you're right. They could be overpowering when they add in flavors like that.
Oh yeah, it's pumpkin. Let's just dump all the pumpkin in there. It's I really don't want to be drinking a pumpkin, guys. Just give me the beer with a little bit of pumpkin with it, and I'm happy. Yeah, I know you go through and you try all this stuff, and like you said, it's every year they try to creep up the Christmas for everybody, and you're like, look, let it have its time, enjoy the fall, and then next thing you know, it's December. You get to enjoy your nice, cool 60-degree weather over there to really embrace the holiday season.
Yeah, the only thing we're missing is snow. Actually, well, that's actually not even true. We get snow up in Big Bear. I go there. Well, we'll see how much longer we get snow here. That's the local mountain I go snowboard at when it gets to winter time here in California. But who knows? The snow is becoming more and more scarce every year. It's kind of scary.
This is the world we live in now.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's fine. Everything's fine. We just cope with it, and it's fine.
Yes, we adapt, and we find a way to make it work for everybody. So there's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
So what you were saying before, you said you had to drink your White Claws to keep yourself in finely tuned shape for your work, which is working in the adult industry, and which you've been doing for quite some time now. I mean, when did you start? I mean, I
started in August of 2014, so it has been over 8 years.
Okay, so you're almost getting up to that. I mean, almost hit 10 years. You're getting close.
I know, it's really wild to think about. I never thought that I would be here this long, ever.
So how did you get? I was gonna say, how did you get started? Was this something that you knew you wanted to do from
no.
or just one day you were like the bulb went off, or
no, actually, a lot of people fall into porn. Is what a lot of people will tell you that. A lot of people don't seek it out. It just
it just happens.
Ends up in their lap.
Somehow.
It just happens. You end up you meet what happens is you meet somebody. You find out that they're just like a normal human like everybody else. And you're like, that sounds really interesting. I might like to do that too. And then you start doing it. And then all of a sudden you're in porn. Cause there's something about meeting somebody in porn and connecting with them and really seeing that oh, they're not this weird otherworldly, fantasy
it's not
human.
It's not this dark, dingy place that sometimes they try to make it out to be. You're like, oh, wow, this is a real human being just like me. That is just doing a job. Yeah, does this for work.
And it sounds interesting to you, and you're like, I would kind of like to make money that way too. And then you just start doing it. So, funny enough, so that was exactly what happened. Was I met a girl on a swingers website. We were getting to know each other. She told me what she did for a living, and it was porn. And I was like, cool, tell me about it. So that's how that happened. It was funny though, because maybe 3 months before I met this girl, I had been on the website for Fucktard 18. Can I talk about things openly here?
Yeah. Go for
it.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good here.
I am so traumatized from being on TikTok because that's where my biggest following comes from. That anytime I am talking and it's recorded, my brain immediately thinks oh, the AI is going to kick me off. I can't. It's weird talking normally now. I'm like, oh, am I allowed to talk about things?
Yeah, you gotta say. I like you say I'm a corn worker. It's all the things you're like, oh yeah, I see all the. I'm not that I'm complaining that half my Instagram feed is now the reels of people saying oh, corn worker or this, or girls doing their little videos and everything. I'm like, my feed got sucked into that algorithm. I mean, it's a great thing. I'm not complaining about it, but it is funny, like you said, that you have to watch what you say on social media like that, because next thing you know, you're gonna get suspended or banned or kicked off of it.
Yeah, I lost my account a week ago. I'm real not happy about it. I've had that account for 2 years. I had 442,000 followers.
You put a lot of work into it, and then they come back and they say, oh wait, no, you can't do it, and over something stupid.
Yeah, you know what's crazy about TikTok is I was scrolling and I saw a girl that very much looks underage, showing off her cleavage and then turning around and acting like she's going to pull her pants down, and that's allowed to stay up and has 2 million likes. But I was posting stuff about my personal life, and just because I do porn, it's not allowed to be up because of who I am. And that is wild to me.
Yeah, it makes no sense. And I see that with a ton of people in the adult industry say the same exact thing. They're like, I see these people posting things that are a lot more racier, a lot more risque than what you're posting, and theirs go up no problem. You post one thing and it's taken down in 5 minutes. It's like, how's that fair? I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it.
Definitely not fair.
No.
I don't think they're I don't know if we ever will get fair about it.
Yeah.
It's just crazy because it's like you can do implied things, but God forbid you're honest about what you're doing.
Exactly.
It's weird how we value things in
I
our
know.
society and online.
But here you're free to talk about what you want. So
Right.
go ahead.
What was we talking about? We were talking about how I got into porn. Great.
Right.
little detour. So Fucktard18 was like my favorite website when I was, watching porn. And when I had been on their website, like rather than on a tube site, I'd been on their website and I found a like tab that said become a model. And I seriously, because it was like, oh, send pictures of the front of your body, you from the side, you from the back, send in your like age, other stats, whatever. And I had drafted the email to them because I loved the guy. Like, I don't know, there was something so hot about being massaged like that. And the idea of it like being like almost like manipulative, like, he's got her so relaxed that she's just like down to do whatever. Like, I really believed. It's funny how when you're not in porn, like you really believe that those situations are real.
Right.
Your mind is capable of suspending disbelief so easily to get you horny. It is crazy. And anyway, I saw the thing, I drafted the email, and I was going to take the pictures, but I never did. So I never sent the email. So I was considering doing porn simply because I wanted to be like, to experience that guy on that website before I ended up meeting a girl like 3 months later. And I guess maybe because I had kind of considered it already when I met her, it was easy for me to be like, yeah, I'll try porn.
Yeah, you already had the idea was in your head a little bit of kind of what you wanted to do, and then that just kind of pushed it over.
Yeah, well, and it wasn't even like I wanted to do it as a job. It was literally like, I am a very horny girl and I really like this guy and this website, and I just want to like I want to be slutty and experience that. And then it was, when I met somebody who was, just like a normal girl like me, she was in college like me, and I was like, maybe I could do this and make some money from it. I don't even think I realized that those girls got paid when it said become a model. I thought it just meant like you can go and no, I literally remember reading that or thinking like you would get just like a free hour massage and then he'd fuck you and put it on the internet.
and that's it. Then no payment, nothing. You're like,
yeah,
okay,
I don't think I had
I'm good
clue. Here. Yeah, I don't think I had a clue that they were like paid models. Like, now I know we are. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, I was gonna say to be so open minded at that time, to think that's how it works. It's amazing. It's like you're like, oh, okay, this is what happens. And you're like, oh wait, oh shit, we do this? I get paid to do this? You're like,
yeah,
even better. All right, sign me up.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny when you go that way. I was sitting while drinking. I was like, oh yeah. You're like, okay, I'm just gonna do this. He's gonna fuck me, and then we done. I go home. Then that's it. I'm done. Maybe I come back again in a couple months and do it again.
Yeah,
and go from there.
Had no idea what I was thinking was happening like behind the scenes. I don't know if I've ever really thought about that, because I feel like we just unlocked a memory. It's been a long time since I've thought about that experience, yeah. And I'm like, like I really was like, I knew I had been thinking about porn, but I never really went back to that state of mind, and I'm just talking about it at length right now. I'm like, that's really interesting.
Yeah, like interesting.
Remembering some details.
Yeah. I was gonna say, hopefully nothing too bad. I don't want to go down that road. Okay.
No, not at all. I just thought it was funny.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So once you decide, okay, this is what you're gonna do now. What's the first thing you started to do in the porn industry?
Yeah, so I wish I could remember her stage name. She had helped me get an agent, and I came out to, well, I guess before I came out to Los Angeles, she encouraged me and a booking agent at the time for Nubiles Films. He had also become my friend, and they had encouraged me to get on my free cams just to, be naked online and see how that felt. rather than just jumping straight into
Right.
porn.
Get
Do
comfortable
something.
with it. Just see
Yeah.
how you react to people watching you, even though they're not physically in front of you. Just
Yeah.
that they're
And
watching you online.
exactly. And the first night that I cammed, I loved it. I made like $500 my first night, which I like couldn't believe. Um, and I mean, I know some girls like make crazy amounts, but like for me,
Yeah, but
never having
night
done sex work,
one.
like it
Yeah,
was a
night
really
yeah.
night one. That's really good. Like,
Yeah,
I was
going into it
satisfied.
blind. Yeah, going into it blind with no prior knowledge, not doing just saying, okay, you
Yeah.
have a webcam, you have a website, you're gonna start streaming, and then just start
Mm-hmm.
talking to people and see what happens. And you come out with $500, and hey,
Yeah.
that's a good night's work.
Yeah. And so I cammed a few more times and I still liked it. I was, pretty turned on by people like watching me. So when I was talking with that girl and that guy about like starting to do porn, it was probably like maybe like 3 weeks. And then I decided, yeah, I do want to do porn. Like this is really fun. And so we got me a flight out to Los Angeles. I had an agent. My agent booked me 5 scenes for my first week in Los Angeles. And I did my first scene was a girl with Cherie DeVille for Lethal Hardcore. And yeah, and then I enjoyed my time on set. I enjoyed the money I was making. And I guess I never quit.
You're still here, still going strong. So
Still
I
here.
guess you're still having fun with it. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, that was something that I always said to myself was I'll stop. Well, all right. At first it was I'll do porn until I get my degree. And I did get my degree, by the way.
Okay.
And once I got my degree, I was like, you know what? I like what I'm doing here and I don't know what I want to do somewhere else yet. So why would I go to grad because I was planning on going to grad school. I was like, why would I go to grad school when I don't even know what I want to do with this degree yet? I'm going to take a year and try to figure that out. And I'm going to keep doing porn in the process. And as time went on, I realized like there's nothing I want to do in psychology. Like as a job, I'm just not interested in, well, and at that time I'd probably just started going to therapy and realized I really don't want to do this for other people. I don't think I'm good at this. I would not be a good therapist at all. So I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm just going to kind of keep doing porn. Like, that's my job right now. I'm going to keep doing that until I do figure out what I want to do. And I actually figured that out about a year and a half ago. And I've been working towards building my own business. And we launched in October. We launched in August and we had our first client in October. And I don't want to go into too many details because unfortunately, the wedding industry does have some religious crossover. And,
yeah, I hear you.
Like it's one of those things again where I can't be open about as having a vanilla business. I can't be open about who I am and what I do because of the way we as a society treat sex workers. And that is really upsetting, but I'm really proud of what I'm doing. And that's all that matters.
That's good. No, that's definitely good that you're doing something else that you enjoy. And like you said, it sucks you can't be open with what you do for your other job with people. I mean, I guess until somebody puts two and two together at some point, which I'm sure will probably happen at some point. Right. I don't know. It won't be, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but
exactly. And that's something that I'm aware of. I know the day will come, right? But I feel like I've asked advice from a lot of different people that have different businesses, and the consensus seems to be keep them separate. And it's not that I want to keep it a secret about who I am. It's just, why would I sink this ship before it sails?
Exactly. There's no reason for you to be out there and putting Alison Rey on whatever other business you're doing if it's not needed. If you don't need to promote it that way, you're not using that to promote your business. You're trying to keep it separate. It's like you always have. You have your one life here, your one life there. And a lot of people in the adult industry have it that way. They have their adult entertainment life. And then you still have your own personal life that's totally separate. and you try your best not to have them cross over with one another, just for your own sanity for the most part. So it's just like for anybody with work, you don't want to. I don't want to come home from work and then still be dealing with work. Once you're done with work, you put that to the side, you focus on whatever else you're doing.
Yes. Well, and that's kind of what I'm trying to do with this new business. But it's funny because for porn, for me, for so long, that was how I felt. That was like I needed to keep them really separate. And that was how I would like maintain my identity. But what I found was by separating them so much and not being personable, not letting any fans into who I actually am, I was able to be myself so infrequently because, then all the people I'm around are work people. Then my entire life became work because I wasn't being myself, because I was trying to keep that wall up between work and personal. And I found that I'm so much happier in this industry the more vulnerable I get about who I am, which has been scary. It's been a process, but it's an interesting thing with sex work. I think yes, there obviously I take time for myself, and that's important no matter what job you're in. But it's really interesting how people respond so much better to sex workers who are very open with their personalities and their personal lives, because I think what people are really looking for from sex workers is a genuine human connection. And how can you feel connected to a human you know nothing about?
Yeah, you bring up a great point there with that. That's definitely true. You don't want to be thinking you're dealing with a sex robot and just getting an AI response when you talk to somebody online, or getting some response from somebody in like India or something that's pretending to be a woman or something like that. To actually see you and see what you actually are like in person, and being no matter what, you're a real human being. You just do sex work for a job. There's nothing wrong with that. It's who you are, and you try to blend those two worlds as much as you can without going too far with it, which is a good thing.
Yeah, it is interesting, how to create boundaries as a sex worker.
Right.
Like you said, yeah, it's a weird mix.
Right. You can't go too far into your personal life, but you want to not just be this hot girl on the internet that people just think is just hot, a model, just slutty. Hot and nothing else. That's right. No personality. You want to let people now. Into you. Yeah.
Exactly. Especially now. That's how cam girls got so popular. That's why OnlyFans is doing so well, is because there's a million hot girls on the internet. How are you going to be successful if you're not putting out a personality as well?
Exactly. I always said anybody can see a naked girl on the internet anywhere, or any type of porn anywhere. But if you get somebody that you can feel a real connection with, seeing that they're a real person, that helps you gain more fans that way, and not just be some random hot chick. They like, okay, yeah, that's cool, she's hot, but no, I'm not gonna support her or join her OnlyFans or watch her cam. I'll just see some pictures and then move along with my day. But if you see, hey, she's cool, it's fun. Like they said, if you're on cam and you're interacting with people, you're talking, you're having a good time, then people will be more in tune to come back and see you again.
Exactly. Yeah, it is I lost the words. I've been sipping this a little too much, maybe. Made it a little strong.
Blame it on the Southern Comfort Egg Nog.
Yes,
damn you guys.
Always.
'Tis the season, all right. but either way, but no, it's great with what you're doing with everything. And I've seen now you're going more towards doing a feature entertainer side of things. Is that something you want to do more of with your?
Yeah, I would love to do
with
more.
Your work?
It's not something where I am moving more towards that. It's just something I also do now. So I feel like something with porn girls is everybody always thinks oh, you're moving on to this different stage of your career, and really you're just adding services. you're adding to your skill set and like your menu of things people can hire you for. So I'm still, doing my OnlyFans. I'm still shooting for mainstream companies. I still do behind the scenes work. I'm still texting guys on Sex Panther, like doing all of those things. And now you can also come see me in person, dance at a club near you. So I'm really excited about it. I actually have my next show December 10th in New York at Sapphire 39. It's only going to be my second show ever. My first one was in Sacramento back in April. So it'll be interesting because I had surgery a few months ago and it's making it a little hard to practice on the pole.
So it'll be interesting to see how you do out there.
Yeah. I'm hoping I can fake it enough, and make it in front of everybody. But, having surgery, getting my tits done, I did not think it was going to take me this long to heal. I was surprised at how long it takes a body to heal from surgery. I mean, obviously, like it's major surgery. They're cutting you open. Your body has to literally like put itself back together. But I don't think I was prepared for the recovery time that it actually takes.
I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, you don't think that it takes that long because you're like, oh, it's just it's just a boob job, and cut it open, do what they got to do, seal it back up, and a few days
and
later, you're good to go. But like you said, there's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I couldn't sit up on my own for like 3 weeks.
Wow.
Like I had to have somebody like put their hand behind my back and push me up. I was handicapped. Like it was a very interesting experience. It was difficult mentally, feeling like I couldn't do anything for myself. And it's just, it's so wild how many people have asked, or maybe, I don't know, maybe other people really do understand how intense surgery is or can be. Because everyone was always asking me, like, aren't you worried about the recovery time? Aren't you, how are you going to take this time off? Like, how are you doing? How are you healing? Meanwhile, while I was thinking of getting, I think my ideas of things before I experience them are just so naive. I think I'm just really, really naive. The same thing with the porn where I was like, oh, they just go and get a massage. And I was like, oh, I'm just getting boobs. And I'm really excited to have boobs. So like, obviously it's going to be fine because I'll have boobs. Very like one track, like
right. You don't think of what it really the big picture of it all at that
I just
time
think about the excitement about it.
So I have to ask, so what size did you go up to now with your implants?
I am now a D. I went from a B to a D.
Okay.
And man, I am in love with them. I get so many compliments on them. It's so great. Like he is a magician. He deserves an award. They look so fucking natural, and it's crazy how much my confidence has changed because of them. I wish I've been in therapy for almost 5 years now. I wish I could have gotten this kind of self-confidence without major surgery, but it made me really happy. And it's like when I look in the mirror or when I look at photos of myself now, like when I'm shooting content for OnlyFans or Instagram or whatever, and I look at the photo, I actually look the way that I imagined I looked before I had boobs. Like, I would like do a pose and I'd be like, okay, this is what this is going to look like in the camera. And then I look at the camera and I'm like, that doesn't look good. Like, that's not me. And now when I look at the camera, I'm like, that's exactly what I thought that picture was going to look like. And that's a really cool feeling.
It helps you get that confidence for you. Like I said, even if people come to you and say, oh, well, hey, you didn't need to do that. Like, oh, you're beautiful as you were. You didn't need to do that or anything like that. But it's like, look, for you wanted to do it. It makes you feel good. Then go for it. I mean, now let's see now, but now you're going to have to when you get out there on stage and dance, you're going to have to now you have your new proportions now to see how you move with everything. So that, like I said, that'll be the interesting. I'm sure you're going to nail it. You're going to rock it. But
well, thankfully, I'm the type of girl, like I have to practice before I go out. Like, I don't know how, like, I know a lot of these girls will just, pack their bag for a weekend and go out and dance and go home and not put any thought into it. But that would just give me massive anxiety. Like, I don't need a panic attack on stage. So I like to practice in advance, like really practice and have some like choreography and things.
Have an idea of what you're going to do before you get out there on stage. And then you just kind of freeze and music starts playing, you're just standing there like, okay, what
Yeah,
do I
no,
do
thank
now?
you. That is
Yeah.
that is my worst nightmare.
Yeah.
So
No, we don't want that. Yeah.
I've been practicing getting used to the way things feel. Like I said, because I'm not back to full strength, there are a few things like on the pole and on the floor that I am like, oh, I feel my chest there, but they don't hurt. It's just like it feels different because now like my muscles are squeezing something bigger. It's weird. It's a weird sensation.
Yeah, you're not used to moving around with them now,
Mhm.
and they said it's still probably still takes a while for it to fully get to where it's 100% healed. While you feel good, you can move around and everything now. Everything's still getting in place and realizing, okay, okay, guys, this is what we're dealing with now. These are here to stay.
Mhm.
We have to now adjust to everything, and so it
Yes.
has to just get the feeling process out a bit. And
Yeah, they say it
going
can take
for you.
like 6 months to a year to fully recover from breast implant augmentation.
And I think
Breast
that's what, like I said,
augmentation.
that's what people don't think when it comes to that. You see it on TV when they have all those surgery shows and everything. Like, oh yeah, we're doing implants today, and they go through they show the whole process, cutting everything open. Okay, getting it through there. Then they come back like 2 weeks later, and the doctor's like, oh yeah, you look great, you're perfect. All right, you're good to go. Full
Yeah.
clean bill of health. Go have some fun. It's like, yeah, not really.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a very simple procedure and everything's going to be fine. And instead, it is a little bit intense.
Yeah, takes a little longer than you think,
Mhm.
but it's all worth it in the end.
Yeah,
As long as you're happy
I'd
with
say
it,
so.
then that's great. Then it works out for you, then that's a good thing.
Yes. Yes, indeed. I think people should just get whatever they want done. I understand people that don't think natural is better for like health reasons or even aesthetic reasons, fine. But I think anybody that's like considering things, like I really wish I had done it sooner. Like if you've been considering it, like I cannot encourage you enough to just go for it because and that's the thing is I'd known my entire life that I wanted fake boobs.
Okay,
It was just
I was
gonna
say, was this something you had always thought that
Yeah.
you wanted? It just never happened until now.
Yeah. Well, I probably was like 15 or 16 when I knew I wanted fake boobs because my mom has fake boobs. So I grew up looking at her and like expecting to have her body. And when I didn't get those boobs, I was like, what the fuck? And she's like, what do you mean? And I was like, why didn't I get boobs like yours? And she was like, these are not real. And I was shocked. So like from that day forward, I knew that I wanted fake boobs. So it's been a long time. So that's the sort of thing I'm talking about. Like if you've been thinking about a procedure for a long time, assuming everything goes well, because sometimes things happen.
Right.
So like I don't want to make that assumption, but like assuming things go well, like it's probably gonna be one of the best decisions you'll ever make. Like I feel so much more comfortable in my own skin.
Yeah, it's all about what works best for you. If it's something you want to do, it's going to make you feel better.
Mhm.
Go for it. Don't listen to people if they say, "Oh, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that." If it's something you want to do. It's all safe. It's all legit. You're not just beating some random guy on a street corner with a scalpel saying, "Oh yeah, $50. I'll give you the boob job." It's like, not that. Go to a legitimate doctor.
Mhm.
But yeah, definitely, if it's something you want to do for your own just well-being and just makes you feel better about yourself, then just go for it and do it. Like I said, you're 100% right with that. I mean, and for you go down and then it helps you now in your work going forward because now you open up a whole new window of opportunities for not so much opportunities, but it brings a different avenue now to your work. I mean, people are going to be interested in how you look and how your scenes now with your implants.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think you're right, though. It does open up new opportunities because, especially having started in the industry when I was 18, all I got were teen roles. And that makes sense because most porn is now like older, younger based.
Well, it is. And I had that conversation with some people. It's either you're a teen or you're a MILF. That's
right.
That's it. That's all you got now.
Right. And I'm 27, you know, like I am the youngest MILF.
I was gonna say you're
hitting
you're at that threshold now of
yeah, but I also still have a baby face. So I feel like something that so there was that like I feel like having the boobs will actually allow me to move into that MILF zone a lot faster than I could have if I hadn't gotten them, because I still had the like very teen look with like the smaller boobs.
Right.
You know, there's something about big boobs that are just like mommy milkers.
MILF.
Like
yeah, exactly.
You're immediately
you're now in the
MILF.
You're now in MILF mode now. You got the big boobs, you're in the MILF. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting for you now when it comes to shooting and what roles you get and what type of films you could do going forward with that now. So like I said, now you'll be like I said, once you hit that, like I said, it's either that teen or that MILF age these days, or it's that weird in between of like that mid-20s of where either, but like I said, for you still having the younger look, you could still go for those like the teen roles when you're in your 20s, but now with this you'll go down that road and see where that takes you. And
yeah, exactly.
I mean, because what's your favorite type of shooting to do? I mean, do you like girl, guy? I mean, is there anything that's your favorite types to do?
Not really. I feel like they all have their own like place. Like boy, girl is really fun to shoot because I don't know, I feel extra slutty, and some of these guys can really like they can rail you the way that, you know, your teenage self could have only fantasized about being railed. So it's just like it's fun and it's energetic and playful. And then girl scenes can be so sensual and romantic almost, and soft and sweet. And granted, you know, obviously that's not the case for all girl roles, and that's not the case for all boy girl roles, but they have different vibes. So I don't, and I am very much bisexual. I don't lean one way or the other. I just like guys and gals, and the types of scenes I like are just I like scenes where I am truly, genuinely enjoying myself. Those are the scenes I like, rather than the ones where I have to play a character the entire time. Or especially like, staying in character or trying to talk to my co-star like they're a character, because it takes me out of the sex.
So none of
websites where I can like,
I was gonna say you're not into the big story based roles or anything.
You know what's
like
funny
that
is I actually am very much into the story based roles. I actually love the acting part of this job. However, when they want the sex to incorporate the
acting
scene,
part,
the acting part, that's when it takes me out of it, because I'm no longer just focusing on having sex with this hot person that's in front of me. I am pretending to be somebody else having sex with, and pretending that that person is also somebody else that they're not. It can really kind of like split your attention, so you can't stay as present with the sex like a gonzo scene or a reality style scene can do. That makes sense.
No, it does, because I could see that where you're trying to focus on, okay, well, what do I have to say? What do I have to do? Instead of just knowing, okay, you just lay back here and just take a pounding and just enjoy yourself, where you have to say, well, wait, no, I have to stop now. I have to say this. I have to say that.
Exactly.
So I get that 100%. It totally makes sense with that. Now, would you ever want to go to the actual like mainstream acting at all and venture down that road in the future?
I would love to do that. That was a dream of mine as, you know, just growing up. So I think that was the other thing that attracted me to porn initially, was like, I can do some acting. Like I can be a model, because I always wanted to be a model. I always wanted to be an actress, but that just never worked out for me. And it would be really cool to work on like a mainstream movie or something like that. Although their days and production runs are so much longer than ours. And I don't know, maybe they pay well enough. I know that like mainstream, like your typical mainstream person gets paid less well than your average porn person. So the only way I think I would really want to get into mainstream is if it was a big role that I was being paid very well to do. Because a lot of these like small roles, like you're getting like $25 an hour. It's not,
and
you're putting in not worth it.
Yeah, you're putting in so much time and effort
so much time.
Sit there, and you're sitting on set all day for your 5-minute piece where you have to say 3 lines and that's it, and you're like, that's it. I just wasted a whole day to do this. Well, and then God forbid your scene gets cut or something. You're like, really? This is what I did?
Yeah. Well, and the other thing that I really don't like about it too, about mainstream, is I honestly feel like they don't take, I mean, I can only talk to a few sets that I'd been on, but I feel like they don't take care of at least their extras as well as like the porn industry does. Like I was an extra on a movie. There weren't any like speaking roles or anything, but they had us outside at like 2 a.m. to shoot this like night party scene in Santa Clarita in February. And they had booked me and my friends for a nude role where we had to be outside. It was like 40-degree weather for hours. It was crazy. They barely had any heaters on for like anybody. And like, of course they, we took breaks, and I don't think we took breaks because we were cold, but it was just, I after having that set experience, and obviously like the stars of the show are never going to go through something like that. Right. But I don't like the way that they treat people that are making, like party scenes possible. Like you couldn't.
You need it.
You need these people. Yeah, and why are you treating them like that?
Yeah, you're still an essential part to the movie or whatever you're doing, and it might not be that big of a deal for them to think about it, but it's like, look, without all these people here, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
So try to show some respect for people.
I have very little tolerance for companies, people, whatever, that don't treat the people they work with like people. I can't stand it.
Yeah, and like you said, I always hear good things from people in the adult industry of how people work on set and how nice people are, and that they really do their best to make everybody feel welcome and really put up some effort.
Yeah,
to make sure things go well.
Of course, and of course, it's not everyone, and that's like in any industry, but the vast majority of the people here are really good people. Like they're definitely my chosen family,
Yeah, you've been doing it for this long. You have fun with it. Like you said, you're still having fun with it, or else you wouldn't be doing it anymore. And like you said, once it gets to the point where it's not fun anymore, then it's time to move on to something else. So what else? Is there anything else you're working on these days? Anything else in the pipeline coming up for you?
I am really focused on my OnlyFans. I don't have any like huge projects coming up at the moment, especially because I had to take a hiatus while to recover from surgery.
Right.
I think it's going to take a few months, especially after AVN. I'm going to AVN in Vegas. That's a big thing, I guess.
Okay. Fingers crossed. This will be the award, an award year for you, hopefully.
I wasn't nominated for an AVN award, but I was nominated for an XBIZ award. That's the week after AVN. I think it's like January 14th or something like that. I was nominated for Best Girl Sex Scene with Anna Fox for Women's World. It was a feature that Girls Way did back in like August-ish. So there'll be AVN, there'll be XBIZ, so I'll be doing that. And other than that, I think it'll take a few months to kind of get traction going, get people aware of my new boobs.
I was gonna say, got to get the boobs ready, get them all in line, make sure they're feeling okay.
Yeah, exactly.
They've adjusted to the new job and everything, so it takes time. You got to do what you got to do.
It's just about getting back on companies' radars, because I think it'll, especially now, like I've already seen an uptick in my OnlyFans subscribers, an uptick in my followers on social media accounts. And I don't blame it. Men see boobs and their brains turn to mush.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm definitely getting some more attention because of them. And so I think that'll end up kind of boosting my numbers and all the algorithms and Pornhub and wherever. And then the companies will be like, huh, she's trending. Let's shoot her again, or maybe for the first time, but depending on the company. And it'll take a while for that to kind of snowball into, like we said, going down that like next part of my career.
Right. No, that's great. You seem to be keeping yourself busy. You have a lot of things you're working on, even if it's just getting like I said, it's a full-time job, just getting those boobs ready for the next action. So
yeah, exactly.
So I don't blame you there. But hey, Alison, it was great chatting with you. I appreciate you coming on here on the podcast, having some drinks with me here today. You want to let everybody know where they can find you on social media, website, all the good stuff, all the cheap plugs?
Yeah, the easy place to find everything is my website, AlisonReyFans.com. Alison has one L, Ray has one E. There's like my links tab. It's got my OnlyFans if you want to, sext me, see pictures, videos, all that. It's got many vids if you prefer a la carte videos. It's got all my social links. You know what? I need to update my TikTok because they banned me. Now I am A Ray O Sunshine on TikTok, but maybe by the time you hear this, they'll ban that account too.
Right. Yeah, we'll see. Just keep track. Check out the website, and then from there you can find out whatever the current active TikTok is.
Exactly.
Yeah, for every week it's like, oh, they banned this one this week. Okay, time for a new one. All right.
Yeah.
This is why we can't have nice things, guys. See?
Yeah, it is ridiculous. I anticipate this account will be gone within the month.
Yeah, like I said, even though you try to be like safe with it, and
you're
not anymore. You're not anymore.
No. They would have been way better off leaving me with my original account, because now I have nothing to lose. I had 440,000 followers to lose. Now I have 7,000, and all of them definitely follow me on my other platforms anyway.
So they'll pick you back up wherever you pop back up again if you get kicked off.
So now I can post whatever I want on TikTok without fear of being banned, because I'll just make a new account.
Yeah, just start up again. All your followers will find you, come back again. You start that one, you start posting what you want, see what makes it through, what gets you kicked off, you start another one, and then the never-ending social media cycle of will this get me banned? Will this get me suspended? Oh, let's find out. Hit that submit button and see what happens.
Yeah, it is wild how often that we get banned from platforms, but such is the life of a sex worker.
But anyway, hey, Alison, once again, thank you. Good luck to you in the future with all your endeavors. Good luck out there on stage and
hopefully I don't fall flat on my face.
Yeah, hopefully not. Or we'll make sure to keep tabs on you and see. Okay, after that event, okay, did she do okay? Because the second if you do tip over, the videos will be out there for to see. But hopefully not. You got it. You got this. You got it. It'll be great. Have a fun time.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
Yes, be sure to check her out. She is Miss Alison Rey. I am Bumwine Bob, and until next time, cheers.
I need a beer.